Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk, guys. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. And we have Noble Wolf. He is back. He is back in his Yog Tiger. Well, here's a tank you don't see people play very much. You certainly don't see a lot of replays of it. You also don't see a whole lot of people playing it aggressively. It's a tank that most people sit in the back. But I like this because we got the Object 263. He's gone forward. Noble Wolf, he's pushing forward. Even the JPZ 100, which is way back there right now, but he's pushing forward. Let's see how Noble Wolf does this. We'll speed this up. The thing that I don't like when I am that guy is when big TDs, casemate TDs, I'll spit it out, big casemate TDs show up in choke points like this, because then it becomes very difficult to be that T10. It becomes very difficult to be that T10. But now we're going to see Noble Wolf is going to get, can you believe that? He is a big third-person shooter. Watch him as he does this. Some good techniques. You can learn a few things here. He's about to learn that the other side can do the same thing, though, because the FV, and while the FV has a turret, it's going to be the great big mean TD with the huge gun who's just going to clog up this position right here. And we got all kinds of tanks right here. We got 1, 2, 3 right now that are not too interested in pushing forward into the FV. Now, you'll notice that Noble Wolf's doing a really nice thing here as far as just kind of peeking forward, trying to get that guy to take a shot at his highly angled front, or maybe even if he's lucky, get one to go at the gun. And while it may break the gun, it shouldn't do much damage to him. Still, though, the FV's got that great big HE round on that, what, 153, I think, that thing's got, so he's got to kind of pay attention. You'll notice he comes out when the FV has moved back, and you can kind of see on the marker that the guy's done that. So he has time to come around the corner, set up, and look for shots on things like this Lurva. That's just a bummer. Has a little bit of bad luck with his RNG early on, trying to pixel snipe a couple of these guys. The T10 on the red team is hurt. Their T10's doing okay. He's got an FV and a Lurva clogging it up right there. And then so far the little battle up on the hill is not going too badly, but I would say that Noble Wolf's team has not brought everyone to the fight, right? The JPZ was moving up, but he's kind of sitting in that middle area. Tiger 2's finally moving. Takes a big hit from the FV. That's what that big HE round can do, and it's very painful when it hits. 600 damage. Takes a little bit of a bad shot right there and then backs out. And it's not easy using a casemate in a case like this, attempting to sneak out, get shots. He uses a combination of watching what the enemy's doing, timing their shots, as well as a little bit of third person and then some zoom in. So there's a lot of different elements to what he's doing right here. A casemate isn't easy on a corner, but this is one of the corners that they are useful in what he's doing right here. Now, they are getting a little bit pushed, but he really can't just come right around the corner and start blapping because he's got that FE. But the FE looks like he fired or backed out for some reason, unknown why. Noble Wolf's got a little bit of freedom of movement. It looks like, though, the FE's reloaded and he wants to come out here and maybe see if he can get another shot. Not quite far enough. Here he comes. That guy puts a shot into it. Noble Wolf. Oh, and that's just a bummer. He really could have used that. Just imagine 2 of those hits had gone in. That guy would be down to about 400 hit points for a one-shot. But it is what it is. You got to deal with what is actually going on, Vice, hoping that something else might happen. The 263 is not being hugely useful. He actually plays a big part in this later. Does a nice job. But he's kind of staring right here. And unfortunately, the 703-2 and the T10 are starting to lose on that corner right there somehow. But every time they side scrape out or move around, they're getting hit. There's the IS-3 making a move, artillery, or maybe the 7 or the FE. Looks like the FE took a shot. So Noble Wolf's going to take the opportunity, a little third-person shot right into the IS-3. Nicely done right there. And that's kind of what you've got to do when you're locked down. The other option for him would have been to move, go somewhere else on the map, potentially up to the top. Up over here was a possibility, and it looks like maybe they could have used them because this is more or less locked down. So, you know, hindsight being 2020, there may have been an opportunity for you to turn around, at least one of you. I mean, look at you. Now there's 4 of you here, and you've lost the hill, unfortunately. So that's kind of interesting right there. So now we're behind. We're 4-6. We're in bad shape here. We're about to lose our T10, so we've kind of lost all of the corners of this fight. Pretty soon, I think the T10 goes down because he's going to get pushed from behind from these guys. Nice shot into there, and we got the T10 down to 4 hit points. We've got the FV down to 1 shot of damage. Thought about going around, I think. thinks wiser of it and comes back. I think that was a good idea. Nice little pixel snipe on that guy. Down goes the T10. Loses the double barrel, and now it's TDs trying to stop these guys. So the JPZ brings that fear factor gun in. That's going to make them think twice. The reality of the situation is they should have just pushed in and taken these guys down, but they're going to have a hard time doing it. The 705 is right there. So if these guys, once the 705 got them turned around, if they'd have just come at you, you'd have not been able to kill them all. Maybe two? Actually, that may not have been a good idea. They are beat up, so it looks like a bit of a standoff, isn't it? So I was about to say a push would make this happen. If they could bait the JPZ or the JT's shot and not take any damage, they'd have it nailed. But unfortunately, the 705 is dead, so all of that discussion is at this point moot. It is now moot. We've got 3 guys plus the FV and artillery. Artillery being the X factor. You'll notice that the EBR is raging around the middle. The WZ is somewhere in the middle. The 704, Object 704 on the red team has not been spotted, so unknown where he is. He's one of the, in fact, he is the only one that they do not know where he is at all. And of course, there's 2 artillery. So it's not a case of Nobel being able to push around and take out these near deads, because more than likely they're going to get rained on by artillery. And then once you get close in, they're going to be able to use their mobility, get around you, and that's going to be hard. So we're going to watch 3 casemates try to lock down. Look where the 263 is backed up into that little notch. The JPZ, I don't know, he's being a little bit unwise. I think I would have just sat there a little bit, yeah, maybe right about there. Just make the shots by the artillery as difficult as possible there. He just gets hit again. But look at that direction marker. That means this dude is actually right over there somewhere. Yeah, he's behind that stuff, just barely getting a shot up and over and hitting the JPZ. Nobel is going to react to this push, does a nice third-person hit, lights him on fire, takes him down. That was a huge effort for his team, getting rid of that guy, because now there's just one less mobile tank around. Spins around, comes back this way, the JPZ. Ate a big shot from someone. I'm assuming the FV actually got a chunk of him right there, more than likely. Noble Wolf's going to come around and looks like he wants to support the 263, and then finds that the STB is actually pushed around lower in behind them. And this is a dangerous part. He's got to get down there and deal with this guy. They can't let him just run around. I would have actually come around that corner still charging at him. A little bit careful for my taste. I think you let him get away, but he backs up, gets away, and you don't rage forward. It's one of those things. Potentially, had he come too far forward, maybe shot and missed, or shot and not killed him, and he's probably not going to kill him with one shot. Maybe the STB gets around him, and then they're in trouble. So that's one of those things about you've got to be careful with a casemate, because those are the situations you can get yourself into, and he's still alive. The concern now, of course, is the Object 704 is moved up, as has the FV, or the FV is back there, not moved up. And pretty soon I would expect them to be behind, but they were slow to react, it looks like. The STB makes a huge mistake. No idea why he would do that, and these 2 casemates now start spinning around to deal with the next threat. EBR is raging in the middle. The UDES 14.5, it's unfortunate he hasn't got there any sooner than he did. A track on the 704, they move back. A kill on the FV by the Object 263, who may have thought they had both fired. Down goes the WZ to the EBR, and all of a sudden we have a really good situation. But it looks like Noble, when he sent this to me, he said, a noble death. So here we go. It will be a noble death. Whether it's noble or not, it is noble dying. So there you go. Just a really nice job, kind of textbook. I mean, maybe even master's class there in maneuvering your casemate TD in close quarters, or relatively close quarters, coming in and being a support tank without sitting all the way in the back at the cap, or maybe up on that ridge looking down into the Valley of Death. Got that gun up there, dropped 3,755, 341 assists, and 4 kills. It was just an absolute huge part of winning this scrum up here. It was a little bit nip and tuck there for a while, but he pulled it out. And for you guys who are looking at going up casemate TD lines, this was a good example. Now, the ones with lighter armor you're going to have more trouble with, obviously. But this thing isn't really known for its amazing armor. It's good, not amazing, and I thought it was just a really nice job of him taking care of business. The EBR comes in behind the 704. The Object's trying to back out. Let's see, how does this finish? Looks like the EBR is going to get another shot on this guy. Yep, there we go. The 105 takes him down, and now it's all over but the shouting. Are we going to be able to see the RD die? That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know. Come on, Noble, go follow the 105. Oh, the RD's charging in. You got to... Oh. All right, was completely worth it. Was completely worth it to see that last sequence. So what happened there? The 105 hit the RD. The RD shot, I think he shot actually, and blapped the 105, and the 263 took the RD out. Nicely done there, guys. Great game. That was a lot of fun. All right, man. Thanks for sending that. Everybody else, I hope you learned something. If you did, make sure you throw me a subscribe. If you're looking for other ways to support the channel, those are down in the description. That's all I've got for today, and we will see you.